హలో ఎవ్రీవన్ వెల్కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు విద్యా టీవీ. ఈ పర్టికులర్ వీడియోలో అసిస్టెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ ఇంజనీర్ టీఎస్పీఎస్సి సంబంధించిన క్వశ్చన్స్ చూద్దాం. దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ రిలేటెడ్ టు సివిల్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ మెకానికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్, వెరీ మచ్ యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ దీస్ టూ బ్రాంచెస్. సో అండ్ దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ engineering mechanics and hydraulics. So if the gravitational acceleration at any place is doubled, the weight of the body will be what? If the gravitational acceleration at any place is doubled, the weight of the body will also be doubled. So option second one is the right answer. The pressure of the liquid flowing through the divergent portion of a venturi meter, what happens? What is the condition of the pressure in the divergent portion of the venturi meter? So it increases. It increases in the divergent portion. Next one, a notch is used for what? It is used for measuring the discharge. An error of 1% in measuring head over the crest of the notch will produce an error of dash in discharge over a triangular notch. An error of 1% in measuring the head over the crest of the notch in discharge over a triangular, it produces an error of 1.5%. It produces an error of 1.5%. Next one, the point at which the resultant pressure on the immersed surface acts is known as what? The point at which the resultant pressure on an immersed surface acts is called as center of pressure. It is called as center of pressure. Next one, the value of bulk modulus of a fluid is required to determine what? The value of bulk modulus of a fluid is required to determine Mach number. It is used to determine the Mach number. Next one, a vertical wall is subjected to a pressure due to one kind of liquid on one of its sides. The total pressure on the wall per unit length is what? The total pressure on the wall per unit length is WH square by 2. That is option 3, WH square by, it is WH square by 3. Option D is the right answer, WH square by 3. Next one, the dynamic viscosity of the liquid is 1.2 into 10 power minus 4 Newton second per meter square, whereas the density is 600 kg per meter cube. What is the kinematic viscosity in meter square per second? What is the kinematic viscosity? As we know, kinematic viscosity is given by dynamic viscosity by density, mu by rho. So if we substitute these values, 1.2 into 10 power minus 4 by 600, our answer will be some around 20 into 10 power minus 8 meter square per second. That is option 2 is the right answer. Next one, the continuity equation is the result of application of following law to the flow field. So the continuity equation is according to the conservation of mass. Conservation of mass. Option 4 is the right answer. Next one, the locus of the instantaneous center of a moving rigid body is what? The locus of the instantaneous center of a moving body is centroid. It is centroid. Next one is the discharge over a triangular notch. The discharge over a triangular notch is directly proportional to h to the power 3 by 2. The discharge over a triangular notch is directly proportional to h to the power of 3 by 2. H is the head. Next one, what is the time of flight of a projectile on a horizontal plane? What is the time of flight of a projectile on horizontal plane? It is 2u sine alpha by g. 2u sine alpha by g. For perfect elastic bodies, the value of coefficient of restitution For perfect elastic bodies, the value of coefficient of restitution is 1. That is option 3, it is 1. A jet engine works on the principle of what? Jet engines work on the principle of conservation of linear momentum. It works on the principle of conservation of linear momentum. Next one, the angle which an inclined surface makes with the horizontal when a body placed on the point of moving down. When a body is placed on the point of moving down, it is angle of repose. Option 1, it is angle of repose. Next one, what is the unit of impulse? It is kg meter per second. Unit of impulse is kg meter per second. Next one, moment of inertia of a square of side B about an axis through its center of gravity is what? Moment of inertia of a square of side B about an axis through its center of gravity is B to the power 4 by 12. B to the power 4 by 12. B is the side of the square. The moment of inertia of a thin spherical shell is what? Moment of inertia of a thin spherical shell is 2 by 3 mr to the power mr square. 2 by 3 mr square. Option 3 is the right answer. Coulomb's friction is applicable to what? Coulomb's friction is what? It is the friction between bodies having relative motion. Coulomb friction is nothing but it is the friction between two bodies having relative motion. What is the motion of a bicycle wheel? What is the motion of a bicycle wheel? The motion of a bicycle wheel is rotary as well as translatory. Option C, it is rotary as well as translatory motion. The tendency of rotation of a body along an axis is called what? The tendency of rotation of a body along any axis, it is nothing but called as torque. It is the torque, twisting moment. In the method of sections for an analysis of trusses, the section line should, what does it do? It should cut 3 members and separate it into 2 independent parts. It has to cut 3 members and separate it into 2 independent parts. That is option 3 is the right answer. Next one, in the velocity time curve, the slope represents what? Velocity time curve. The slope represents, it is nothing but, as we know, A equals to V by S, velocity by time. So therefore, the curve, the slope represents acceleration. It represents the acceleration. So these are the questions, some of the important questions related to engineering mechanics and hydraulics, very much useful for the Tspsc AWE exams. So that's all for this video. Thank you.